Hey gorgeous souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So today's video is all about joy. I've created some videos here on my channel before about manifesting joy and alignment and how we can create more joy in our life. So I'm going to be walking you through today what I do to cultivate joy on a daily habit and what you can do to also create joy and cultivate joy and manifest joy in your day-to-day life. But if you're new here to my channel, then welcome. My name is Emma. I'm an award-winning life coach and 2-time best-selling author, law of attraction YouTuber here on my channel, and I'm the host of the #1 spirituality podcast on iTunes, Spiritual Queen's Badass Podcast. And here on my channel, I cover all things law of attraction, spirituality, manifestation, and self-help. So not only do I really hope you're going to enjoy this video, but the abundance of videos here on my channel over the last 8 years. So then, how do we cultivate joy each and every day? And I think the biggest reminder here that I really want to start off with is that joy is something that is attainable to us in each and every moment, but it must be a consistent practice. Like with anything, with manifestation, with raising your vibration, if you want to cultivate daily joy and regular and consistent joy, it has to be a regular, intentional practice. And I really feel that when we add intention to our rituals, to our daily practices, to our manifesting, whatever we're doing, it naturally creates joy. And as we know, as Gabby Bernstein says, joy is the ultimate creator. And it's so true. When we're in that vibration of joy, when we're vibrating from that place of joy and ease and primarily joy, that's what I want to focus on, we attract so much more abundance to ourselves. So this is such a great practice to cultivate daily and something to strive towards in your manifestation practice, because when you're in that place of joy and in that place of joy consistently, you are naturally, as if by magic, going to attract more abundance, manifestations, and everything to you without you even really having to try, which is, of course, what we all want, right? So that means if we're striving for that consistent joy and we want to work on that we need practices in our daily habits and in our routines that help to cultivate the joy. Now, working with your inner child is fantastic for cultivating joy. I would recommend this to absolutely everybody. I do talk about inner child work a lot in my work, but specifically for creating joy, so important. So if you're unaware of what inner child work is, I have a meditation and a video here on my channel explaining exactly what it is and how you can connect. I walk you through in the meditation, I'll link them below, how you can actually connect to your inner child and work out what that joy means to them. And I'm going to walk you through it as well in a short second. So the inner child is part of our psyche. That's what Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud believe, that the inner child is with us throughout our whole entire life. I believe that our inner child is our inner critic and ego. So that voice in your head, that voice that puts you down, that niggling, annoying voice, that is our inner child reaching out for love, reaching out for your attention. So when we become adults, when we grow up, if you think back to your childhood where everything was so magical and hopefully everything was joyous for you a lot of the time, we then lose that spark as we grow up and life gets serious and we have responsibilities and commitments. Joy seems to be something that we definitely have to work harder towards, especially in adult life. And the amount of times people have come to me in coaching and we've done inner child work and they just feel like they have no joy in their life. It's all serious, it's all boring, it's all adult stuff. And I totally get it. Like, I have to constantly check in with myself to make sure that my inner child is happy and to make sure that I'm cultivating joy in everything that I do. And I was even reflecting this morning when I was getting ready to film these videos, and I was like, gosh, I always have such a fun Wednesday because Wednesday is filming day for me and I have so much joy filming these videos for my YouTube every single week. I do it every single week, week in, week out for the last 8 years. And my social media manager literally says to me, "You've never missed an upload." And I'm like, no, because I love doing these videos, and obviously that comes across in the videos, that comes across in the energy that you guys receive from these videos as well. If I hated filming them, if I didn't enjoy it, that would come across, and then you wouldn't get as much out of this video and I wouldn't enjoy making them. So we have to make sure that everything we're doing as much as possible. I know that some things we do aren't always going to bring joy, and sometimes it's something we just have to do, but we have to make sure that obviously majoritively of the time we are cultivating that joy, and we're doing rituals and habits and practices and things that light our soul up, that bring us joy, that cultivate happiness, because that's going to raise your vibration and help you to feel good. It's a fantastic way to look after your mindset and create and cultivate a positive mindset. But also it's going to raise your vibration to attract abundance, as I've said, and it's going to make your inner child happy as well. So when we listen to our inner child and we bring fun and we bring joy into our, weekly life or daily life, the inner child is going to be so happy with this as well, which is going to help you to feel so much more fulfilled and happy within. So there's so many benefits to this. So simply put, I'll link the video below where you can connect your inner child fully, but I just want you to ask your inner child each week what they want to do for fun. So you can literally do that by just connecting to your heart center. You can close your eyes, taking a deep breath in, and on the exhale, just releasing any stress or any tension from your day so far. And set the intention then for your inner child to come into your heart space, into your heart center. And you might sense them, you might feel them, you might hear them, you might just know that they're there, but that's the intention that we want to set. And once you know they're there, you can ask these questions that are in the meditation, and obviously it's guided. The other one are much slower than this, so you can take your time with it. But I ask, how are you feeling today, and listen to the response. I ask, what do you need from me right now? What is it that I can give you? And just have that internal conversation first of all, tell them I love them. And then I'll say, what do you want to do for fun this week? And then they will tell me whether it's like painting, baking, dancing, singing, whatever. And then I always action, or try my hardest to action as many of them as I can each week, because then that creates that beautiful relationship with my inner child, and it's bringing that childlike magic back into my life, and that fun element by doing something silly or doing something creative or doing something fun. So there's so much we can learn from our inner child, and there's so much that we can create joy-wise simply by connecting to that childlike version of ourselves. So that is a guaranteed way to raise your vibration, feel joy, and feel amazingness week in, week out. But let's take it deeper with some more practical things, hey? So I want to show you my daily, I've got hair on it, that helps. That doesn't help, does it? My daily manifestation planner. So these are my own planners that I've created, and they launched, I have a ton of journals that I've launched over the last 5 years, but this one specifically launched this month. And I mentioned this a little while ago in a video, so now I'm going to bring it in and show you it in full. But basically why I'm including this in my joy video is because I hands down believe this helps me to create so much joy in my life, just by having that daily practice that really helps me to manifest my day and manifest the feelings and emotions that I want to experience, and it helps me to create joy. And I'm going to read out my affirmation for the day that I wrote today, to also give you a great affirmation to work with for joy. So I have been folding my pages over. It is a rip-off notebook. You can just rip them off. I tend to fold them over each day because it's easier. Then I don't have a ton of wasteful paper. So obviously that's what I've put on before, and obviously I just flip it over and then have a fresh sheet. So why do I think this is important? I'm not saying you have to have this to cultivate joy, but obviously if you want to, they are available on my website. I'll pop the link below. But this just gives me so much structure to my day, and it's the structure and the focus and the intention, as I mentioned earlier, that I really feel helps to, this helps to cultivate a lot of joy in my life. So the first section is today I will. So I write down what I want to experience. So if mine today I will enjoy filming my YouTube videos and enjoying my coaching session later with a client. And I'm really looking forward to my group coaching call and the membership later. So that was my today one, but it obviously changes day in, day out. 5 things I'm grateful for. So I'll then write 5 things or people that I'm grateful for. So this is my shortened gratitude practice. I do a longer gratitude practice in my gratitude journal afterwards, because obviously there's only one line, there's only so much I can write. How I'm feeling, I then write down how I'm feeling. So today I put that I feel good and excited with the Aries energy that's just come in. And then an abundance log, which I tend to fill out at the end of the day if new money manifestations, refunds, coupons, anything comes in, freebies, discounts, any abundance, I write that on there so I can keep track of it. Then my affirmation, which I'll go through in a second. So I write an affirmation for the day, 3 things I'm manifesting. So I think I put joy, abundance and prosperity today. Then my priorities for the day, a little bit of a more of a work focused one, so I know I want to focus on for the day. And then in the evening I fill in 3 wins from today. So again, it's then reflecting on like what's happened throughout the day, what's really made me smile, what's really felt great, and like what things have really felt good today. That's what I put in that one. So the affirmation that I wrote in this morning's daily manifestation planner was, each day I get happier and happier. My capacity for joy continues to grow. And I want to share that affirmation with you because it's a fantastic affirmation. And I thought, oh, I want to repeat that for the next few days to really embody that. But I thought how great that, you know, you've got that affirmation of like, I'm happy, but then it's also like each day I'm getting happier and happier. My capacity for joy continues to grow. So it's that capacity for joy is continuing to grow and continuing to expand. It's not just this is the amount of joy I can experience here and now. It's every day that capacity is growing. Every day that joy is there. So great little mantra affirmation for you to work with. And again, if you want to obviously get yourself a manifestation planner, you can. The link is below. But again, you can just use your notebook or journal to journal upon maybe some of the topics that I've put in there, or even just a gratitude practice. But the reason why I'm sharing this as like a morning routine is simply because this hands down is what creates the joy in my life. Because I get to, instead of just like fumbling into my day, there's structure, there's intention, I'm setting manifestations, I'm repeating an affirmation, I'm expressing gratitude. So instantly this practice is raising my vibration. It's getting me ready for the day. It's getting me ready to feel joyful and excited about my schedule and excited about what I'm going to do for the day, and checking in with myself like how I'm feeling before I've even got into the day. So I feel that this is such a powerful practice which 100% helps me to cultivate joy, because along with the inner child work, along with affirmations, along with just making sure that my schedule feels joyful to me, because that's another point as well, all of this so nicely complements each other. And as you can see, none of these things have to take a huge amount of time. You know, obviously checking with your inner child is obviously a minute practice. This 5 minutes filling it out, and then obviously like the activity you're going to do for fun with your inner child, that will take a little bit longer, but you can schedule that in the week for when that feels good. But you have to look at your schedule as well. Like, and this is why I said you can cultivate as much joy as you want to in your life, but maybe there are some things that don't feel joyful that sometimes we just have to do. It's finding that balance of what feels good to you, what feels in alignment, and what is going to bring you the most joy. So if you're like, well, Emma, my job, my work doesn't bring me the most joy, then I think that's definitely an invitation for you to look at that and see why it's not feeling joyful or why it's not feeling good. And is that really where you want to be? And is that really what you want to do? But secondly, it's then saying, well, if I can't cultivate as much joy in that area that I want to, how can I make every other area or every other hour of my day be really intentional and feel that joy? So it's making sure that you're putting in enough of the right stuff into your schedule so that even if there's things that don't always feel joyful, and oh my God, there's always things in my calendar that don't always feel 100% joyful. Like yesterday, I went to the hygienist. That is not something to me that screams joy, but it screams that I look after my teeth. It screams that I want to be healthy and look after my teeth for as long as possible. But no, an appointment like that does not bring me joy. But ultimately I came out feeling good. I'd read that affirmation in the morning actually, and I was pleasantly surprised because I had a new hygienist who was lovely and it wasn't as painful as normal. So I was very chuffed with that. So again, not everything, not all of our errands, our chores, our jobs, the things we have to do day in, day out are going to be joyful, but we can invite that joy in at any time. So if you know that you have an appointment, or you have like the hygienist, or you have something that you know is not going to bring joy, maybe it's even causing a bit of anxiety, I want to challenge you to invite the joy into that situation. I want to challenge you to invite the joy into your day, invite it in hour by hour, invite it into every activity, invite invite it into those things which you know may not always feel as joyful as possible. Because just like the hygienist, I was pleasantly surprised. I wouldn't say I felt the feelings of joy, but I felt a lot happier than I normally do going, because I had this new hygienist who was like so much more positive and lovely, and the whole experience was more lovely because of that, right? So it's all about how you perceive things. It's all about how you interpret those things. So inviting joy in is intentional. And then when you invite the joy and you have the capacity to experience joy because you're setting the intention. So if you can see anything in your calendar or schedule this week that you're like, oh my God, I'm really not looking forward to that, or no, Emma, that does not bring me joy, I want to challenge you to invite the joy into that meeting, invite the joy into that task that you have to do, and see what happens. Intention alone is so powerful. Set the intention, let it go, and see how that transforms your interaction with that thing. But also it can be a good time to just have a good overhaul of life and look at each area and be like, okay, here's my wheel of life, which I will put here. This life wheel is in positively wealthy and hurt, healing, healed. And again, you can just make a copy of this just so you have each area. So we want to look at every area of your life and just look at how much joy do I feel in that area. Rate it out of 10. Obviously, you can color in the circle, like the inner circle is 0, the outer circle is 10. So draw this in your notebook or journal, or, write down like health, and then what's your score out of 10. You don't have to do the color wheel, but obviously it's nice to have a pretty wheel that you can color in, of course. Joyful, right? Joyful is coloring, bringing that creativity in. So rate your life, rate your joy in each area of your life, and then look at how you can cultivate more joy or switch that up. Like, why is it not feeling joyful? What can you do to create more joy in that area this week or this month, whatever time frame you want to give it? But looking even into the areas of our life and where we feel more joy, where we feel less joy, is really, really important, because then that's going to help us and give us a really good indication where maybe some TLC needs to be given. Maybe we need to look at things. Maybe there's some inner work that needs to be done there, something that's blocking that joy from flowing. But you know what also brings a lot of joy is creativity as well. I think these two go along like hand in hand. We're doing creativity in the manifestation membership during March at the moment when I'm filming this. And it has been so, so joyful, the art of creating. We've been creating all sorts of things. And, I've been realizing how a lot of the things I do is creation, like these videos, it's creativity, editing, creativity, designing things, creativity, writing, creativity. So it's been great to really acknowledge what creativity we do have in our lives, but also it's felt really joyful because we're expressing that creative side. So I feel like joy and creativity are very closely linked. So again, inviting in that creativity into your life, doing things that feel fun, trying new things as well, also sparks new feelings of joy and excitement. So you just want to find those things, and everybody's going to be different, of course, but you just want to find those things, those activities, or those things that you can try that are going to bring that joy into your life and cultivate joy on a daily basis. Now, I'm just going to put this in for the counteract here of not every day is going to feel 100% joyful. We are cyclical beings. There are outer seasons, inner seasons. We are surrounded by seasons. So the law of polarity also exists. We can't always be in that high vibrational, joyful state. But by doing little practices like this, by having a practice of cultivating joy, you will find that more often than none, you are able to regulate yourself on those bad days, that you are able to come back from an authentic space and work up that emotional scale authentically by cultivating these practices. So it's more of a case of these practices are fantastic for when you're feeling good. They're going to raise your vibes. They're going to create more joy, more abundance. But even when you're not feeling your best, sparkly, joyful self, this is also going to help to, bring you back quicker and help you to regulate and help you to move up in a really grounded, steady way back up to that natural place of happiness again. So practice makes perfect with this, and consistency is key. So there is no right or wrong to this. There is no right way to do this to cultivate joy. Everybody's version of joy and the things that bring them joy will be different, but connecting to that inner child, having a great daily practice, inviting joy in, saying a joyful affirmation, and making sure that your schedule and work life and even the meetings that you're going to feel as joyful as possible creates the container and capacity for more joy. You're creating that space for joy to exist, right? But the main thing here is actually how intentional we've been. All of this involves intention, right? It involves you being intentional, being consistent, and, you know, what willing and wanting to cultivate and invite in that joy. So I hope all these tips have really, really helped. Obviously, everything I've mentioned video wise and product wise will be linked below for you as well. But let me know how you cultivate joy. What are your favorite things to do to shift your mood, bring in joy? I would love to know how you cultivate joy and what joy you're going to be manifesting this week. But thank you so much, gorgeous souls, for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. And don't forget you can join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have a fabulous week, whatever you are up to, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be on Friday. Lots of love.